So anyway, how are you guys doing this morning? I pray you have an amazing Friday, and I pray that you have an even more amazing weekend. I want to talk about or give a few announcements. Is that DBanks Empowerment Tees is turning 1 year old on April 8th, 2018. I'm excited. We've been in business for almost a year. It has been a great learning experience over that year. Many ups and downs, being new to the online clothing line apparel business. It was definitely a challenge, but we redid everything. But we are re-releasing one of the tees from the first beginning, and that's Realize, Pursue, and Achieve the Best You. So right now, over at DBankstees.storeenvy.com, that tee is on sale for only $15. So I look forward to seeing you guys post your pictures and hopefully to see you rocking that tee as well. Let me get started by introducing myself this morning. I am DBanks, a certified John Maxwell coach, speaker, trainer. Also, I'm an identity authenticator, empowering women of all ages to walk in their true, authentic selves, one woman at a time. And I'm excited to do that. I think when you enter this world that you owe it to yourself and to God who gave you the gift to walk in your truth, to walk in your purpose, and to walk in what He has truly called you to do. So this morning, my topic for today is to never give up. Stay focused. When you are given a promise, between the promise and the manifestation of that promise, while you're in the between stages, that's when the process begins. That's when all hell breaks loose. That's when you're tested. That's when you're not knowing if this is truly for you. But it is, if you can stay the course. So I want to talk about that this morning. I want to talk about two things. Two things that, if you're not careful, will cause you to lose focus and will cause you to give up. And I want you to be encouraged to not give up. One of those is looking into somebody else's field, coveting somebody else's field. That's the most biggest mistake you could ever make, because you're comparing yourself, and you're comparing your business, you're comparing your ministry, you're comparing your family, you're comparing yourself to someone else's journey. And you need to stay focused on your journey, on where God is taking you, because then you'll miss out on your blessings and your opportunities. And it's easier said than done, I know. In business school, they teach you to take a look at your competitive markets, people who are in the field that you're in. You want to look at their strengths, you want to look at their weaknesses, you want to look at what they're doing right and where their opportunities are. The thing is, that's good when it's done in a healthy way. But when you do it in a way where you're looking at their field in envy, looking at what they're doing in envy, and then you're questioning, well, God, should I be doing this? God, did you call me to this? Why? You said you're no respecter of person. Why are they getting ahead and I'm so far behind? I did that. And I tell you, it drove me crazy. I was doubting, like, listen, somebody started a t-shirt company like 2 or 3 weeks after mine, and they took off. And I'm still in the growing stages. And I'm like, well, God, wow. Am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to be doing empowerment sayings on these t-shirts? Because they're not taking off the way I thought that they would. I mean, there's sales here and there, but this business, this person had no business background whatsoever. They just stepped out on faith and boom, their business took off. Well, the problem is you have to know your season, and you have to know when God is ready to release you. Have to know your season, and you have to know when God is ready to release you. I had to realize that looking at their business, going past what my physical eye could see, and looking at it from a spiritual side, to see that when God is ready to release you to the world, when God is ready to release you to a certain platform, when He is ready, when He places His hands on that thing that He has called you to do, when He's ready to release the promise, nothing about that will make sense. It will go against everything that man has ever thought. It'll go against what business rules and principles are. It'll go against everything, because God doesn't have to make sense to us. And when he touches something and overflow breaks out, no one can get the credit but him. And so when I realized that, I'm like, okay, God, well, I want that opportunity. I want to wait for you to place your hands and you speak life and breathe air over my business and over the promises that you've given me. Because when your hand touches it, everything just overflows. No one can get the credit but you. I want that type of blessing. I want the type of blessing that blows my mind, and that I can't stop talking. I can't stop crying. I can't stop worshiping and praising God, because I know in that moment God did it. So I'm encouraging you to wait for that moment, because that moment will happen for you just like it happened for the other person. But what you can do in the meantime is not look at their field, but get prepared. Get prepared for when God is ready to release you. Get prepared when God is ready to push you into your next season. This is the time. I know the process is hard. I know you're being stretched. I know you're being pulled all over the place, and it doesn't feel good. I could testify. It does not feel good at all. But if you can stay the course, if you can just believe, and you can stay focused on the promise, this too shall pass. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. Your morning is coming if you can just hold on. And the other thing is I want you to do is don't get so frustrated that you give up. Don't get so frustrated that you just give up and throw in the towel, because you could be this close to your breakthrough. You could be this close and you miss it because you gave up. You can miss it if you give up. It is so important that you get around a group of people who believe in your vision and believe in where God is taking you, and allow them to pour in you in those moments where you can't push. Borrow their strength, borrow their words of encouragement and everything that they're giving you. Allow them to feed into you, to help push you, to help catapult you, to help you stay focused on the promise. Get around that, borrow that. I have to do that a lot. I have a business strategist partner, and she's not on here this morning, but there's times we rely on each other. There's times where I'll call her or I'll text her and I'll say, listen, I need you. Because right now, I don't know if I'm in the right place. I don't know if I'm on the right course. And she will encourage me and push me. I have another friend. He will encourage me and push me to stay focused. I'm telling you to stay focused and keep the promise in front of you. Keep it in front of you where you will know that even though what's going on the side, the left, the right, what's going on around me doesn't make sense. But know that God makes sense. And know that God, when it is time, when it is your season, will push you if you just don't give up. So I hope this has blessed you today. I don't want to keep you long, but I just want to encourage you. I wanted to call this Encouragement Friday for those, because I know I'm in the in-between. I'm not in the manifestation stage yet, but while I'm in the in-between, I have to stay focused. I have to stay encouraged. I have to know that God is working things out for my good, even though it doesn't seem like. Don't give up and give the enemy any credit, because when you give up, the enemy wins. The enemy didn't give you the promise. God gave you the promise. Do not give up. Do not give the enemy any wins. Stay the course, and God will bless you beyond measure. That overflow, that thing I was talking about, when God comes in and he just lays his hand on that thing and it just bursts at the seams. Wait for that moment. Nobody can deny that moment. Nobody can take that moment from you. If you can just hold on. If you can just keep the faith. If you can just keep plowing and keep working and stay focused on your field, I promise you, your day is coming. sooner than you think. Don't be this close and give up. Don't be this close and give up. You are worth the wait. You are worth what the promise is that God has given you. Welcome. I learned something. We've been studying Think and Grow Rich with Paul Martinelli. And it just talks about the mindset and what you're thinking. And are you welcoming things into your life? Welcome the wealth. Welcome the strategies. Welcome the good health. Welcome the good abundance and overflow. Welcome those things. In this season, in this in-between time, is the time you need to be speaking life. Quoting the word over yourself, over your business, over your family, over everything. Whatever that promise is, only you know that. This is the season you should be speaking life. This is the season in that in-between time. Look at yourself in the mirror. We talk about looking ourselves in the mirror and talking back and forth to the person in the mirror. Encourage that person. Tell them you can do this. We got this. We got this with God. We got this with Jesus. We got this with the Holy Spirit. That's right there is powerful because you're not alone. With all of them, you cannot fail. So God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your family. Don't give up. Stay encouraged. I love you. My name is DBanks, Certified John Maxwell Coach, Identity Authenticator. Empower women of all ages to walk in their true, authentic selves, one woman at a time. God bless. To the replay audience, thank you for taking the time to listen. I greatly appreciate you. I do not take this lightly. I am so thankful for you all. God bless.